Hey, hello up there. It's another Saturday afternoon. You know, any cool plans for any of you there? Today. You know how I miss, the Saturdays, going to the car shows and Saturday nights at the dances, down in Tijuana. That's what I miss a lot. This pandemic has really it's taken its toll, I tell you. But well, okay, we're going to start with another tale of the unexpected or supernatural, whatever you want to call it. Okay, my bag of tricks. Hey, hello, Denise. How are you? Thanks for showing up. Okay, we're going to start reading. We're going to read now some. Let's see. I'm gonna, now there. How about this one? Okay. Okay, we're going to read now. It's called The Werewolf's Bride. Or wife, whatever you want to call it. Here we go. She was a high-spirited beauty who was the toast of the regiment, and he was a poor foot soldier without two pennies to rub together. They should never have met at all if the soldier did not chance upon her till one day while making his rounds. Her dress had been caught by a briar bush, and she was endeavoring in vain to free herself. The soldier rushed her aid. When he freed her, the soldier gazed into her deep blue eyes as she smiled and thanked him, and he's lost his heart forever. To his amazement, the soldier soon learned that his affections were returned. At the next town social, she would dance with no one but him, and she invited him to dinner to meet her parents. For a few days there was some jealousy and sour faces among the men in his regiment, but their attitudes changed when the men observed the powerful love that had sprung up between the soldier and his lady. Now the soldier's beautiful girl caught the eye of an evil woodsman who had sold his soul in exchange for the ability to turn himself into a wolf at will. One evening, the woodman crouched down in the woods and waited for the girl as she was walking home. He accosted her roughly, demanding she elope with him. The maiden refused, spurning his love and crying out for some to save her. The girl's cries were heard by her fiancé, who had come searching when she was late returning to her parents' home. The soldier drove the workmen away with harsh words, threatening him with dire consequences if he ever approached the maiden again. The furious woodsman lay low for a few weeks, for his chance. It came on the girl's wedding day. She was dancing happily at her wedding reception with a group of her friends when the woodman in the form of a wolf kept upon her and dragged her away. The enraged bridegroom gave chase, but the wolf and the bride disappeared into the thick forest and were not seen again. For many days the distraught soldier and his friends, armed with silver bullets that could kill a werewolf, scoured the woods in search of the maiden and her captor. At one point, the soldier thought he saw the wolf and shot at it. Upon reaching the location, he found out a piece of the wolf's tail lying on the ground, but there was no sign of the wolf to which it belonged. Months of searching ensured, and eventually the soldier's friends begged him to let the girl go and get on his life. But the soldier was half mad with grief and refused to give up. And that very day, he found the cave where the werewolf lived. Within lay the body of his beloved bride. The girl had refused the werewolf's advances to the very end and died because of that. Once his murderous fury had faded away, the werewolf had tenderly laid the body of the girl he had loved and killed. The wooden coffin where it would be safe from predators. The werewolf came to visit her remains every day. Enraged, the soldier hid and waited for his enemy to return. As soon as the werewolf entered the cavern, the man shot at it over again. Blinded by pain, the werewolf fled from the cave, but the angry soldier stayed right on their heels. With a howl of terror, the dying werewolf leaped into a nearby lake and disappeared from view. The soldier sat by the lake, cradling his gun, waiting for this werewolf to surface so he could finish him off. But the water was still, save for little ripples blown by the wind. As the soldier as the soldier watched, bloody pieces of the dead werewolf began to float to the surface of the water. These parts were quickly consumed by the ever-present catfish. When his friends from the regiment finally tracked down, the soldier's mind was gone. He read instantly about a werewolf that had been eaten by catfish, and he sobered just long enough to lead the men to the body of his beloved. Then the soldier collapsed forevermore to insanity. He died a few days later, and was buried beside his bride in a little glen where they had planned to build their home. The graves are long forgotten, and the place where the couple rests is covered with daisies in the spring. But to this day, the people of the area have a prejudice against eating catfish, so no one remembers why. Hey, hello, Michelle. How you doing? Hey, Jojo. Thanks for coming, baby. How are you, mi hermana? Yep, that was one of stories, supernatural stories. The werewolf, a man who died actually, um, trying to save his rescue his bride from the evil werewolf. Mm-hmm. Man, I wonder where these stories from. I'm going to find another story. I'll find another story. Okay, let's find one called the well, I can read also a chapter of another book I have here. I can read another chapter of another book I have here. It's called Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence. Okay, read one chapter. Okay. You know, D.H. Lawrence wrote some controversial stuff, you know, back in the day. His book, Lady Chatterley, was banned for several years. I think it was fully reinstated up in the 60s, but it was published in the late 20s on my, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I read the novel kind of a long time ago. Here we go. The early married life of the Morels. The bottom succeed to Hell Row. Hell Row was a block of thatch, bulging cottages that stood by the brookside on Green Hill Lane. There lived the colliers, who worked in the little gin pits 2 fields away. The brook ran under the alder trees, secretly soiled by plodded heavily in a circle round the gin. Hey, hello, Carla. Thanks for coming. The brook ran under the alder trees, socially by these small minds, whose coal was drawn by the surfaces by donkeys that plodded warily in a circle round a gin. All over the countryside were these same pits, some which had oh, let me see. Yeah. Well, we'll read this one another time. We'll get something shorter, a little bit a short story instead. Okay, let me get back. Give me about 30 seconds or a minute. Oh, muy bien, gracias, Jojo. You stand? Oh, that's it. Ah, oh, okay. Hey, this is a photo of me. Later, I want to show you guys a photo I just found here of me. It dates back to 1973. Hey, hello, Barbara. How you doing? Well, I'm going to read one short story, and then I'm going to put the link, okay? The book's called The Best American Short Stories in the year 2000. I mean, it was published back 21 years ago. Let me find one. I think I saw one that I want to read. There's one. Well, I couldn't find a good one. But let me guys show you something I found here. It's a blast from the past. And see if you can recognize me. The photo I just found here. This is like from way back in the day. It's a picture. I'm with my mom, my little brother, and my older brother, my sister, my mom, and my two sisters, my cousin, my brother, my little brother, and me. I'm at the bottom, but you can see me clearly. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I have it here with me in my hand. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Okay. Okay, here it is. Ready? What do you think? That's me at the bottom, right there, way at the bottom with my little brother. I'm in the bottom, right there. That's the lady up there in the top right there, wearing the flower shirt. That's my mom. And that's my sister right there. And the girl by her, that's my cousin. And that's my sister Lourdes over there. And right there's my brother. Right there's my brother, older brother. And I'm right down there. Sorry. And the kid right there, that's my little brother Miguel. Miguel, that's me. Yeah. Yep, I just found this photo right here. This photo was taken by one of those old Polaroid cameras. You don't remember those old Polaroids? Not the ones that we all had. We all, with James Garner, and his wife, I think, advertised. No, this was the old Polaroid. Remember where you had? I don't know if you guys were old enough to remember this, but remember when you got when the Polaroid came out, and then you had to shake, just shake the photo for about a minute, and when it was all ready, it just came out. Remember that? Yeah, you just had to shake it down, boom, 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 shake it until the photo was ready. Yes, and it was shot by one of those kind of cameras. I don't know if you remember those cameras. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, Jojo. Those are the ones that are the Polaroids. Yeah. The photo that I have is from one of the original Polaroids. The one that we all know was the one that the picture came automatically, and you didn't have to. Yeah. This one was like in the. Yeah, this picture was taken by Oh, here it is. This picture was taken by one of those photographers who go on the street and telling you that tell you oh my God, was I skinny back then? Oh no. I think I have to paper. Oh my God, I always loved that photo. My hair was great that time. Yeah, was I skinny? Yeah, this is Downtown TV1. I was taken in 1970, around 1973. Yeah, remember? Yeah, Well, Michelle, you probably remember those, or Carla, remember those cameras where you take it down and you shake it for about, you shake them for about like a minute or so, and then you tore down a plastic, and then you open with some plastic, and it just smell was kind of strong sometimes. Yeah, yeah, because the smell was kind of strong. Sometimes you got to shake it. That yeah, at least those photos came up a little more clearly. The old ones, but with the new ones, the Polaroids that the ones the photos didn't. I don't think they came out that good. I think people just bought it because it was automatically pictures, instant photos. That's why. That's, um, that's why they took. Well, I'm gonna put the link right now. Mhm. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. The old Polaroid, the picture came on the side, and the new Polaroid, the picture came right on the front. Make that sound. Make that. Anybody want to come up? There's a link. Want to come up? There's a link up there. Yeah. Also, man, you have to be. This is. I have another thing to show you guys, but you got to be. Oh man, you really gotta remember this. This was a video. They were called video disc, and they came out like in the early '80s, but they only lasted about like a year and a half. My cousin and um and my cousin bought one of those, an RCA radio. Like that. Hey Michelle, how are you? Oh, you're gonna have to turn on your radio. You're echoing.
Okay, hold on. Hey, Carl.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Just want to say hello, hello
Oh,
there.
okay. Hey, there's two of you here.
I,
Yeah.
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you got like echoing. Like
Yeah.
there's like you have a radio on or or TV?
No, I got my AC on.
Oh, okay.
How about now?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Here's another antique stuff I want to show. Just give me a little second. I'll be a little like that. No, it's up here in my closet.
I think my browser lost connection.
Okay.
I just want to say hello to everybody in our chat.
All right. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
back. I'm back. I can hear you better now.
Okay.
Okay. Let me show you guys something I have here from my bag of memories I have. Show you guys again. They came out. They came out in the early '80s. But let's see. I'm gonna put the full screen. I wonder how you do that.
Don't know.
Okay, here it is. Okay, I got it now. Okay, here it is. Okay, here's what they used to call a video disc. This is of the movie The Godfather.
Wow.
Yeah, the RCA released these, and the picture quality was not that bad, but you had to buy two of them if the movie was long enough, and then yeah, but it was you couldn't record them on these or anything like that. The
Right.
disc was it was like this right here. It was inside, and you put it into a special like recorder like this, boom, like this to like an 8 track or like you put a disc on a computer, like this. You put it on. That's how you
Oh,
went,
okay.
and then to get it back, you had to put the thing again, and then yeah, it was. They were cheaper, They were trying to compete with like the Betamax and the Betamax and the VHS back then. It was during the height of the
If I
VCRs. Yeah.
yeah, if I get lost again, I come back in cause my
Okay.
so bad.
All right. Okay. Here I have two things here. Here's an original album that I bought back in 1982. It's of the movie Rocky 2. No, Rocky 3. Rocky 3. Right. This is Rocky 3 album. It had Eye of the Tiger soundtrack right there. I bought it back in back in '82, and I still got it here. Yeah. It's still I have it here. And last but not least, since I'm a really big fan of rock and roll, 50s rock and roll, I'm a diehard fan of 50s rock and roll. I got this record. This guy without the Beatles. I mean, the Beatles wouldn't be around without this guy. The late Little Richard. Yeah, the late Little Richard. Yeah, yeah. I have that. And let's see, what else do I got? Okay. Oh yeah, that's okay. I got another thing I have to show you guys. I love antiques. I think if you guys have anything antique, if out there, you can come up and show it to us. Watching old things and antiques. I watch Antiques Roadshow and Pawn Stars, all those shows. I'm a big fan of antiques. Antiques, relics uh, and like that. And I'm sure. And here's another story. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, Lauren Hardy, section 32. Yeah, Lauren Hardy takes back to yeah. See them right there? Photograph. That's all the stuff that I have. Let's see. Yep, that's it. I might have some books out there. Next time, I think I have a Farewell to Arms, but it's a 1957 version of the book. And we all know that Farewell to Arms was a book that was published back in the 1920s. Well, because of Ernest Hemingway. Love him. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, we still have the books. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Okay, we've got 3 people here. Wow, okay. What else? What else do we have here? Okay, that's what else I got here? I got an old one of these. That's what I write a lot of my okay, what else is there here? When the mask when I go out. Well, so many good stuff I have. Some more cookie wrappers right here. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Yeah, got a lot of stuff here. What else we got here? I don't think I want to show you that. My social security card, no way. Well, that's all. Well, but yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of things. Okay, what else? You know, like antiques, I'm a big fan of antiques. Big fan of antiques. Like the road show, you find them. Oh yeah, that's true, Georgia. It was like magic, those Polaroid cameras, those old Polaroid cameras. Yeah, it was like magic. Let's see what else we got here. We got let me show you. Well, I can show you my movie collection, DVD collection of movies. Hold on, okay? Classic. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you now my DVD collection. It's not much, but the movies are very good, very good. Not like the stuff that people nowadays, Yeah. Okay, let's see. It's Raging Bull. It's considered to be one of the best films ever made. Raging Bull. And another great film by the same director, Goodfellas. Mhm. And this is a collection. I'm going to show you guys here a collection of spaghetti western movies. I don't know if any of you are fans of westerns, but I am. Here's a collection of spaghetti westerns. These I have here are collections of Mexican films of El Santo, which these were like, you know, these are Mexican films, classic sci-fi horror films that were very big in Mexico at one time. Even as a little kid, I used to watch them. To beg my mother and parents to take me to the movies and watch a classic comedy from 1980, Airplane. Remember this movie? And here's a great war picture, one of my favorites of all time, The Longest Day. As a matter of fact, this movie's on YouTube. Exactly. We started that the genre, with I think it was a fistful of dollars or for a few dollars more. But his biggest was The Good and the Bad and the Ugly. And his last of the genre was of his genre was Once Upon a Time in the West with Henry Fonda, Charles Bronson. I got that one here too. And here's another classic from that era too. That I call the best action-packed movie ever made. This is a great film, a masterpiece. Oh yeah, this is one right here, Wild Bunch. This is a classic film. You know, William Holden, Robert Bryan, and Bryan, and also Meg Johnson was in this film. And the late Warren Oates, who played Sergeant Hawker. Here are two other great films that I like very much. A lot of these are my favorite films. Thank you. Oh yes, yes. Leone had a beard. Sergio Leone had a beard, as or a mustache that kind of, in a way, kind of resemble mine. And here's the two of them. That's two and two together. The Great Escape and Patton. Two great. Steve McQueen. That's James Garner and Sir Richard Attenborough. As you know, he was in Jurassic Park, the very first one. The movie. And my favorite film of all time, a film that I've seen so many times, The Godfather. Oh yeah, and another great film I have here, another great film from Hollywood's golden era, Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard. This is a classic one, and I still have some. Yeah. I still have some more here to share you guys. And here's one, but here's a lot of this group, The Godfather Part Two. I don't know about The Godfather Part One and Two. Yeah, there's some other ones I have here. I forgot to show them, but Okay. Great. Oh, that's great, Jojo. I look forward to that. Cool. I look forward to that. Oh, you're welcome. Look at this. Here's a movie I think you probably saw, Jojo. It's with a British actress named Charlotte Rampling. Swimming pool. Remember this movie? From okay. And here's another one. It's called Sabrina. Humphrey Bogart, Audrey Hepburn, and William Holden. Another romantic comedies. And here's one's a favorite to a lot of people, especially since a lot of them here, a lot of our friends here on YouTube, we see all the time, like weed. Yeah, especially Evil Abe. That's his. I think that's his favorite movie. He's always quoted this movie. This one right here. Yeah. Oh, okay. And perhaps, uh, yeah, all this stuff I have. Oh, yeah. I love watching movies. Yeah. Yep. Watch, love watch. Yeah. 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 Let me show you. Let me show you. Yeah, oh, well, I'll just show you the book, but I won't read it, Jojo. I want to show you another great book from England that I have here. I bought this book at a library. Never, so it's a used book. It normally will cost you about, let's see, well, no, yeah, it was, yeah, let me read the first sentence, okay? It was the best of time. It was the worst of time. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was a season of darkness. It was a spring of hope. It was a winter of despair. Mhm. Charles Dickens, huh? Great writer. Great writer. And here's another novel I have here, classic from England, from one of the classic that started the whole genre. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Yes, yes, Mary Shelley's. Yes, I don't think Mary Shelley ever visited Germany. I don't know how she got this. How she was inspired by this story. Maybe she did. Maybe she did visit it. Germany, where the story takes place. Maybe she did. I'm not sure, but because I saw a while back in the documentary that in some town in Germany, back in the 18th century, and I think it was in Bonn, Germany, on the Munich. I'm not sure, but it was either one of those towns in the western part of Germany. There was this crazy guy, this guy who was like a physician or something, and he was kind of weird because he did like a little experiments. He did holistic cure and all of that kind of stuff, and he and the people around the village at that time were afraid of him because he thought he was some guy who made a pact with the devil or something. And he did like that, and I think people say that's one thing. That's one legend has that that's where Mary Shelley was inspired to write the story of Frankenstein, and I guess Victor Frankenstein, who was the doctor who brought him to life. Just like Bram Stoker brought up gave us Dracula, and he was inspired by Vlad the Impaler, who was a nobleman during the 15th century in what is now Romania, who fought the Turks during the days of the Ottoman. What made him kind of remind you that he was, he was an evil man. He he had a he had a habit of torturing his victims and drinking their blood because really he was a real evil man. Yeah, well, there's a lot to history that people don't know. I mean, like for example, the Inquisition wasn't just in Spain. Mexico was conquered by the Spaniards in 1519, and what and the Spaniards, uh, destroyed the Aztec Empire and everything, and they settled down. And Mexico was just the region, as we know, as Mexico, in parts of the United States right now, where I am right now, and also I think Florida also and over in Central America was called the New Spain. It was called the New Spain, and it was ruled by noblemen, by viceroys or viceroys. It was ruled by viceroys, and and when they came here, they brought the Inquisition. Yeah, yeah, they brought the Inquisition. There's a movie from 1974 from Mexico. It's called The Saint Official because I think that was called. Takes place. The Inquisition was used here in what is now in Mexico and the region of the New Spain, because most people don't know that the first municipality in the Western Hemisphere was in the place. It was in the Gulf region of Mexico called Veracruz. That's the first municipality in this hemisphere. This was like a century before the British and the Dutch invaded, settled down here in what is now called the United States, and founded in 13 original colonies. Oh, cool, Jojo, yummy, yummy. I bet it's very good. and and interesting fact, the first printing press here in the world, because in Europe they already had it. In England, they already had a printing press in the 1400s, and in Italy and Europe, but the first printing press here in the Western Hemisphere, where we are, was actually in Mexico. But it was called the New Spain. It was called New Spain because during that time from 1500s all the way to the early part of the 19th century. That what is now Mexico was ruled by Spain, and a war started, an independent war started in 1810 that lasted 11 years until Mexico finally gained its independence. Oh, thank you, Georgia, very much. Until finally gained its independence, and new countries were formed like Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and those countries. Because before that, those countries were part of the were part of the empire of the Spanish empire. But when they won the independence, those regions of Central America became those countries, as we all know, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Belize. No. Belize was different. Belize was that's the only region that was ruled by the British because it was called British Honduras for a period. I think I think I think they stayed neutral at the time. Yeah, very interesting facts. I mean, very interesting facts about how Mexico, I mean, was founded. It was the first ruler of Mexico, or whatever Mexico was a man who was called he torpedoed. Oh no, Jojo, but I sure would like to go there. I sure would like to go there. Yeah, I have read history about it. We in Mexico we call just like Americans have backgrounds from the British. We Mexicans have background from the Spanish. You know, from the Spanish we have that. We call it the mother country, the mother region. We call it. Oh, nice. Yes, I seen something like that on pictures. Moorish style church. And a lot of the architecture was has a lot of influence from the Moorish, especially the city of Toledo, Spain. That's during the reign of the Queen who Spain, when she kicked out all the Muslims from that region. Spain, look at it. During the time of Al Cid. Yes, out of it. Yeah, yes, there's a lot of this. Yes, I tell you, most people think that Mexico is a country that has that people are like me, like Stewie, like that. No, it's a country really rich in culture. Oh, Tenerife. Oh, okay. Jojo. There's this guy here on YouTube. Actually, he's a YouTuber. He's called El Subversivo 90. El Subversivo, he's called, and he Xbox games, like a lot of us do here on YouTube. Not only that, he watches football games, soccer games, but he doesn't put the image of the game. He just you can only hear the audio. And he's with his dad, and sometimes just a relative or friend comes in. Yeah, and he's from Tenerife, and he's from Tenerife. Yeah. Okay, Tenerife is the Canary Islands, huh? I might be wrong, yeah, but I heard of Tenerife, yeah. Subversivo. Okay, let me write in the chat. Okay, it's really easy to find this channel. Yeah. Okay, that's where he's at. That's where he lives. That's where he has his live stream, and he comes live. Whenever they play, whenever like Real Madrid plays, and him and his but I kind of laugh because of his accent, because he talks like from Andalus accent, which is a funny accent than the Madrid accent. People have their accent is much educated, much, but the other accents like Andalus and everything, they're much louder. Yeah. Well, oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Subversivo, yeah, Subversivos. 90. Yeah, yeah. He's a guy with a beard. He's about like 30 years old or something. He has a beard like that. And he's always laughing at his accent. I don't know. Wait. Yeah, I haven't been to his chat lately, but I used to go. I used to go there. When they had the World Cup of 2018, I used to go there a lot. Yeah, yeah, yes, Jojo. I'm a big football fan, soccer. I love. I follow the Premier League. The team that I'm following is Wolverton Wolves because a countryman of mine played there. Raul Jimenez. I follow that team. I used to follow Manchester because Javier and play there. But I watch, yeah, I watched all of that football. Yeah, and also there was another countryman of mine who played there at you like Tottenham, huh? That's your favorite team, huh? Another good team, huh? Tottenham was, yeah, yeah. I heard those are some of the most toughest at Tottenham. Ah, yeah, I know. Yeah, yes, I've seen them. Yeah, I heard the Tottenham are some of the worst fans. Sorry to say that. Yeah, also, you have Chelsea, you have Arsenal in London, and let's see who else. Oh yeah, West Ham United, yeah, West Ham, and West Ham at one time was before Tottenham used to be one of the best teams. That's where the legendary Bobby Moore played there. In West Ham, and you had the hey, what's up? What up, man? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, your rivals are yeah, West Ham. Oh yes, and you also have Arsenal, Chelsea. Yeah, Pep has a pretty good team. I mean, who plays there? Harry, what's his name? Oh, I don't know, Jojo. I don't know who is that. It doesn't say anything. Yeah, Tottenham was a great team. Yeah, yes, yes, Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham. I like it. But it's ever Charles Sherman. I think I've seen it before. Oh, hi, Jack Blue. How are you? Hi, Jack Blue. How are you? Oh, how are you, Jack Blue? Glad you're here. Oh yeah, like I was saying, yeah, Tottenham. And I also have yeah, Harry Kane. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the guy. Oh, not Poland. Oh my God, I'm gonna know because Real Madrid might not Real Madrid might pay him a lot of. I don't think Barcelona. I think the best team he'll be probably. Okay, Jojo. Okay. Yep. Yeah, we've been talking here about almost anything except politics and religion. Yep, politics and religion, they don't mix here. They don't mix here. We have, yeah, politics and religion don't mix here. But I have, oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, this is, um, cooking in the middle of the oh, spicy. You know? Yeah, yeah, Jackie. Yeah, we here. Yeah, well, last night at G kind of crazy last night with all what arguments they had over there. Well, well, I'll tell you something. I took Lorelai's rent here. She had a wrench here, and I took her wrench away. Yeah, I took Lorelai's wrench. Yeah. There was some arguments last night at G with Lorelai, and that Lorelai had talked bad about G last night, and she just came barging in. Oh yeah, she goes. Oh, Jack, she's the one that's always showing antiques. You know, she's the one that shows antiques in the chat with G. You know, like old dolls, old. No, 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 not you, Jojo, not you. No. It was between them. It was between them. Yeah, yeah, that's what happened last night. She was here. She was here, and I took her. And today, when I looked this morning, I took her wrench away from her. I don't. I don't want people like that here. No way. No arguments here. I mean, yeah, but Jojo, they mentioned a Mojo, but not you. There was another guy. You remember him? There's another guy who has the name Mojo. You probably know him. Who used to be in G's chat. Yeah. Mojo, a guy. Yeah, they were about him, but not you. No, not about you. His. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. That's him. All right. That's it. That's him. He's pretty good. I think I saw a video of him. He's not like Berg. Oh my God, Berg needs some more lessons in guitar. You hear that, Berg? You need more lessons, boy. Oh no, Jackie, no problem here. No problem here with nobody. I don't have a problem here with nobody. The people that I had problems with, are in another community. A community that I left, that I don't go there anymore. Those are the only people. Yeah, he thinks he's great, but he's not. Makes me laugh when I see him. I I want to show those videos of him to some friends of mine who are guitar players. I got a friend who has over 40 years experience. Playing guitar. Playing guitar. He's an upholsterer by day, and by night he plays in bands. Different. He has all through the years he's playing bands. He's an upholsterer. He fixes furniture. Like that, and fixes upholstery. Oh yes, Jackie. Your name reminds me of something that I met a few years back on Facebook. But her name was actually your name was actually her her second last name, because in Mexico people have two last names. They have first is the father's last name, and second is the mom's last name. Yeah, second is the mom's last name, and second is the father's last name. And she was pronounced Hakis, Hakis. Ha, and H is pronounced H. Hakis, yeah, because that's also the name. Yeah. Hey, what up, Ice Cold Audit? How are you, man? Glad you made it, man. I hope you're feeling better, dude. I hope you're feeling a lot better, man. I hope you're feeling better, man. I saw you stream the other day. Hey, here's Jojo. Here's Ice Cold Audit. He's from the 1-8 community. You gotta subscribe to his channel and watch his videos. They're very good. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing good, bro. Doing good, bro. Thanks. Hey, I'm gonna Ice Cold. I'm gonna rent you so you can put your channel, okay? Hold on, okay? Let me go get my phone, because I'm gonna be a YouTube site, okay? Oh, Maritza, yeah, yeah. I used to know Maritza, yeah. That's a beautiful name, Maritza. Yeah. Oh, okay, Ice Cold. You're at it now, man. You got a wrench now, man. Yeah, so you can put your channel if you want. The link. Oh, you're welcome, bro. You're welcome, man. You a rude guy, dude? Okay. Well, yeah, yeah. His videos are very interesting. Yeah, of what a community. Cop watching. Okay, Jack. A few hours. Yeah, Jojo. Yeah. Yeah, X-Men. Yeah. I see that movie, the X-Men. I think they made about 3 or 4 of those films, X-Men. 3 or 4 of those films, X-Men. Ooh, I remember back in the day when the comic book was available. You could buy those comics. You get it was X-Men. It was Incredible Hulk. It was Spider-Man. And there was another guy who was like a superhero. He was like a sort of like a Viking. I don't remember his name. And there was also another guy. Let's see, who was that? Conan. Oh yeah, Conan was one of them. Later, as we all know, Arnold make the movie, which is uh, good. So we saw it once. Yeah, yeah, X-Men. X-Men. Who else was in Incredible Hulk? Yeah, there was a lot of comics back then. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, see if I still have it here. Page. Yeah. Yeah. Movie's till dawn. Hey, maybe Jojo, maybe a Craig might stop by. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe he's live right now. I'm not sure if he's live. I think he was gonna do something. Oh, Poole hasn't been live since yesterday. I haven't seen him since Thursday. I don't know. I hope he's okay, man. Gonna miss his live stream. Man. Hey, Ice Cold, if you're there, man, I got a cousin who lives up in L.A. and he's an activist. He was he was involved in many protests back. Well, he's been in Disembowel for more than 30 years now, but he was there last year with, in some of the George Floyd protests, in L.A. like that, I'm gonna try to get him here, come here on the panel and see if I can convince him to come, and you can come here, chat with him. He's a really cool guy, funny too. He's a really funny guy, and he's like, and he will support you guys, man. One of the guys, he will support you guys. I think because he does. He's been, he was in one protest where they went to this substation. I think it was in some place in. I think it was around Pico Rivera, around that town. I'm not sure where it was, but they were outside the sheriff's substation, and my cousin and his friends were there protesting, and there was an army of sheriff's deputies with, guarding the station with batons and helmets and everything. Yeah, it was during the George Floyd uh, 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 during protesting last year. Yeah, my cousin's been in a lot of trouble. If I tell the story to you there, man, I think this happened back in the 80s or something. Back then, this was like around, I think it was in 87 or 85 or something. Well, back then, the immigration guys, which is back then there was no ICE. They uh, they rented this rundown motel in LA, and that rundown motel was used as a detention facility. And the people who were detained there, were treated like shit, and I think there was a little boy or somebody got sick or died or something, if I'm not mistaken. So my cousin, he's protesting, and this he goes into it, and this And this, I think it was a border patrol chick or something, told him to get back. He said, "No way." And like always happens, dude, the the, the tyrant bitch, said to him that that he tried to assault her, but at least my cousin, he beat the case, man. Yeah, he beat the case. He beat the case. Yeah. I don't know. It was sometime around like 87 or 86 or 8, sometime around there. It was like during the height of the Cincho Rodino law that was passed. It gave a lot of brothers and sisters legal status here. Yeah, and you'd be surprised that some of those guys who became who kids back then and who were kids back then and they got their legal status, and many of them, man, became tyrants, man, became tyrants. And you know where the sheriff substations, water patrol, and all that kind of shit. All many of them became tyrants. I know that because I know one in particular who's married to a cousin to a niece of mine. All of them. Yeah, all of them became tyrants. Um, Jojo, in England, they have auditors too, cop watchers also. As a matter of fact, I was watching a video today of one of them. And, it was out of Bristol, England, where they were covering a protest that was to support the Palestinians in Israel who are being massacred by the Israelis. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's called yeah. Yeah, yeah. The guy is called Tyrant Finder, UK Tyrant Finder. He's a cop watcher in England, and there's also a good friend of mine. He hangs in the one community, Carl. High school movie. Carl. Some God. I even saw him today, man. Yeah, on another stream, I saw him today. Yeah, he's a cop watcher in England. There's several of them. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, that's good. Thank you. He's in the one-aid community, First Amendment auditors who go out and defend the rights of people and hold police accountability, and make sure the rights of people don't get violated by the police. That's the community that I come from. Before when I came to Voight, I came to Voight like this. Let me tell you a story. I think it was in November, December. Noodles came to one of the channels. Oh, that's good, Jojo. Yeah. And don't worry, you're going to get to 1,000. Trust me. So this was like about back in December. Noodles came there, and he was talking to a lady there from a website called from a channel called Masco Report. And they're like a watchdog, that deal with, like discovering fraudsters and all that kind of stuff. And Noodles came there to talk to them, and said that there were some people after him. And, okay. Yeah. Well, I look forward to your next live, Jojo. I look forward to your next live. So, so that's where I met Noodles first at the 1A, and a few days later, or a week later, for some, yeah, Noodles, yeah, the guy, yeah, Noodles. A few weeks later, or a week later, I'm not sure, but it was several days later after that. Several days later after that, for some mysterious reason, I found Craig's channel, and Craig was very upset with Noodles. Like always, he was upset and everything. And I was in the chat, and I said to Craig, "Hey, Craig, are you talking about Noodles 1980?" Yeah. So he says, "Oh, okay, Jordan." No, no, I don't believe anything he says. I don't believe what Noodles says. So so Craig was there. He was upset with him. Oh yes, yes, I saw you. And I said to Craig, Craig, do you have do you is it Noodles you're talking about? Yeah, yes, yes. Wow, I said I know him, and that's how I came to Voight. Yeah, that's how I came to Voight. That's how later I met Camilo there. I met Marilyn Mike there. I also met, I think it was Alpo also, and also Blue Topaz. I met Burns. Oh, Zig, I also met there. And also, and guess what? I also met Evil Abe in Holly Undead, and they were arguing. They were, I was in the chat, and they were up in panel, and they were like arguing. Yeah, yeah, I love Craig. Yeah, he's a really good friend. Yeah, he's a good friend. One of these days, I might go visit him. Might go visit him. Yeah, and Charlotte wants to come to America. Oh, I hope she does, and I hope you come too, Georgia, one of these days to America. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They see to America. You see them. They also meet somebody mm, from in another community, and they say, you know, hey, I see you in another community. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, that's cool. I hope you two meet, and send us a video. Jojo, one of the reasons why before I came in to YouTube, I come from Facebook. That's where I am mostly. I have a chat. I have a group page there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I have over 8,000 members. 8,000 members I have. Nearly 9,000 now. I started it in 2011. September of 2011 I started. And I have 8,000 members. the page. We're a page of people from a neighborhood. Where I was born in Tijuana, and we talk about the neighborhood, about what happened, and we advertise the businesses there, like local stores, local mom and pops, shops they have there, and it's really neat, really neat. I go there every morning to check around, and later on I'm going to go there to check and see if I have any complaints from people. If I have any complaints, yesterday somebody reported to me some photos, and I say with hate speech, and I found that there was no hate speech. No, it was actually some guy who hated the person. Oh, okay, Jojo. Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. Well, some guy reported a couple of pictures to me, and it said there was hate speech, and there was no hate speech. There were these photos of group photos of children in school, but there was old school photos. They were not recent photos. No, no, recent photos I don't allow. That's doxing. But these were old school photos. That, of that school, and and like the deal from the 90s and 80s and 70s. That's not that's and it says it was hate speech, and I think the guy has a beef with a woman that put those that downloaded those photos. So I asked him, well, you can say historical photos. You can say that. Yeah. They're like from the 90s and 2002, like that. Which is like which the kids already grown up of those photos. They're adults now. Those are not. It's not doxing kids there. That photo. But if they're recently photos of putting, if of taking photos of kids in school and putting them online, that's doxing children. Recently photos. But so these are old photos. It's different because those kids don't no longer exist because they're adults now. I mean, they exist, but they no longer exist as kids, but they're adults now. It's a difference. Yeah, yeah. Facebook sends me complaints they had from people. From people they like the mods from Facebook. They send me messages of people putting hate speech there. Guys, I kicked out several people for putting hate speech there. There was one guy that I kicked out one time for putting photos of saying stuff about this woman. And then this woman I kicked out because she was sending messages to some ladies and insulting them. I kicked out. Yeah. Jojo, when I started Facebook, and which was 10 years ago, I started on a page that was mostly a community, mostly people, snowflakey people. You couldn't say a lot of things, we say here in many of the chats. You couldn't say words like the B word, the B word, stuff like that. You couldn't say those stuff, even though if it didn't meant to offend anybody. You couldn't even say those stuff, and you have to watch what you were saying. You have to uh, uh, that blah blah blah. There's a video out there. What I'm gonna do is the next time I'm gonna put the link of that video when you come here next time, and I'm gonna so you can see that video, and see the community that I come from. Yeah, oh yeah, back in the 10, 12, yes, Jojo. It was fun back then. Yeah, sure. That's the golden era of the Facebook. Those 4 years. Yeah, yeah. I got yeah. In 10, I met some people there, some people there, and then by night, and then by 11, I founded my own page there, and I met a lot of people. I made a lot of friends there, and some of them I still talk to them. Some of them, some of them died, and some of them just moved on and left Facebook forever. Exactly. As a matter of fact, this lady that I've known on Facebook, I met her since 2014 or 13. She passed away yesterday, the lady. Well, I don't know, Jojo, whether we're doing now those persons. Yeah. Oh yeah, we all know. We all know. We all know. People, yeah. Oh, thank you, Jojo. Thank you. She was a really nice lady. She always used to always send everybody blessings, pray for people. Always a nice lady. Always a nice lady. She told us a story that how when she was like younger, she was married to a very jealous husband who she had to sometimes bail out of jail because he got into trouble a lot. You know. Yeah, another lady, she lived up in Colorado. Yeah, there was a lot of in that community. I remember somebody. Oh yeah, Computer Chick Productions. Oh yeah, back in 2007, there were not a lot of I think. Back then, you had MySpace, and then by 2009, that's when Facebook, that's when Facebook started blasting, going up, and people going boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I discovered Facebook in 27, but I didn't go as much until like 2009. That's when I started going in. 2009 because making friends with. Oh yes, MySpace account. Yeah, you know I I could never figure MySpace. It got me so confused. I remember from MySpace there was that photo. There was some kid or something who was on his computer. This this young kid. I think he was some kind of hacker or something. They put a photo for asking watch out for this kid. I don't know what it was, but it was a photo that was going around on MySpace. Yeah, for bands, I remember that too. Yeah, for bands, you had also yeah, you also had a I remember there was another site called Tag, but Tag wasn't that good. It just didn't wasn't it didn't run very good. Well, I think their server wasn't very good. Yeah, yeah, Tag. I was on that one years ago. That could account. But before all these sites came, you had the Yahoo and the MSN or I think it was the Hotmail chat rooms. You had those. They were like live streams, Yeah. And they were all kinds of. They were like from. Yeah. Yeah, I've been using. I've been online since um, since '99. Like around the summer of '99, I started my first account. I started with a Hotmail account, and then later I went to Yahoo account, and then back then I discovered a site was called Excite.com, but it didn't work very well. And you got a Snap.com. Snap was part of NBC and I think Microsoft. Snap.com and AOL. That that disc you bought that. Yeah, AOL. Yeah, I remember there was like you had a couple of businesses of service of services that offer internet service. You got MSN, you also had Compact, you also had Prodigy Internet, and as no cable was coming around, and you also had your phone, which was I think Bell had that back then, which now is AT&T, internet and all that kind of. Now you had that, and cable was just coming up in the internet. My cousin, he had cable internet back in 2001. Yeah, yeah, Bell South, yeah, and dial up, yeah, yeah, yeah. The dial up was, yeah, yeah, DSL, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, before that, we had Windows 95 and DOS and you know, computer chick. Uh, I don't know if you heard or remembered, but uh, not me. I wasn't, but I was. I can say I was one of the generation in elementary school that first used computers. Yeah, if you go to Google, you can find a system. Was called Systems 80, and that was an old computer that was used for kids in elementary school back in the 70s. It was called Systems 80. But it didn't have a keyboard. No, it had like these these buttons. Oh, the Commodore 64. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, IBM and that. And then a couple of years later, you had um, you had Apple. I used Apple maybe back in '84 in high school. Apple and oh yeah, I remember Yahoo Messenger, Java. Yeah, I had that. Yeah, Yahoo took its messenger about several years ago. And they had Yahoo Chat. I think the only thing that's like different, I think, is Skype is the only one that. But there was a time when Yahoo and Microsoft were working together. But I think Yeah, systems 80, we call them. Let me see if I can find it here on Google. Let me see if I can Google it. Okay, Jojo. Buenas noches, and thanks for coming here, Jojo. I'll see you then. Okay, up the stream because I gotta do some things here. But thanks for all coming here.